Last year, I released my first album, and a big part of the writing process for me was this miniature guitar. I picked this up at a thrift store years ago and just kept it next to my bed for a couple years, and it really helped me whenever I was feeling creative or had something to write. I could just pick it up and play. It's really a toy guitar more than anything else, but having it right there at an arm's reach really helped me write my album Many Faces and kind of capitalize on every idea that I had. If you're interested in hearing my album, it's everywhere you can find music. At this point, we have an alternate EP and a deluxe version coming out as well. But today, I'm going to tell you a different story that's not about my album, but it is about this guitar. And that story is how over the past couple of months, I turned this mini toy guitar into something completely different. With the help of some friends and family, we got this thing looking crazy. The first person we're going to speak to today is my Uncle Mike. So I'm here with my Uncle Mike, the man who inspired me to create a lot of things throughout my life and has been creating throughout his life. You want to tell the nice people of YouTube about some stuff that you've done and your background a little bit?
Well, I guess I was a draftsman, and I always liked playing around and making things. I love making things. It's just that I have no more room for them. I got about 100 pieces in my house, and every once in a while I look at them, and it's satisfying to see them. It's been going on for 50 years. I see something on TV. It's funny, I'm watching a sitcom or something on TV, and instead of watching, I'm looking at the stuff on the walls. I says, ooh, what if you did this? What if you did that? But it keeps you busy. It's nice to create. You know, it's nice to make something that nobody else has. My dream is to make something spectacular. Somebody comes to me and says, I love that, but I want it 100 feet tall. And we're going to put it in the Central Park. And that would be my dream. That ain't going to happen. But it's a good dream.
Well, I've always been a fan of your work, and you've gifted me and made me custom pieces over my whole life. And now I'm excited to make something together.
That's right. You're going to make a guitar.
Uncle Mike is the single craftiest person I've ever met in my life. But before we got moving on this guitar, I did take it to my buddy Casey, Woodworking by CJ, to add these horns and make it look like a Gibson SG. So Casey here is one of my oldest friends. He's 104.
I'm 104.
We met in preschool. And
you know what's insane? That was 20 years ago. That doesn't sound okay to say. I can't draw. Do you want to try to draw out a horn on
Well, we gotta figure out the angle of the
That's the other
curve of the side.
Okay, that looks much better than my attempt. Oh, that's perfect. Let's measure once, cut once, and then spend the next like 2 hours trying to fudge it back into place.
Say that one more time.
What, that this is meant for sanding drywall? Yeah. I think I've had 3 of these. It's the only sander I buy and use.
Cool.
The only one.
So what are we working with as far as materials?
This is going to be some super old white oak. Smells good. This is probably from the Frenchtown barn. So this is the New Jersey one.
So after Casey and I finished and I interviewed him for issue 12 of the Ready to Start newsletter, we headed over to my Uncle Mike's house.
I made all those pieces, and then I said, what am I going to do with them? And then I put them together, making
That's super sick. I like the bridge. The bridge is really cool.
That's a lot of work.
It's crazy.
That's worth probably more now.
Oh, I can't even imagine how much it's worth now.
I don't think I could make it today.
No, you'd be broke.
I came close to losing this one. Close to losing this one.
Yeah, I did this last year. This was, I was cutting a 4x4, so I had the blade out of the table saw like that.
Oh, shit.
So I was pushing it through, and I reached back to keep pushing it against the fence. And when I came back, it just went boop.
And the paint it, you're going to spray paint it?
Yeah.
Oh, that spray paint today is so good.
I've got Rust-Oleum metallic gold. Damn, I never took these strings off when I lifted it. And these are not in here properly.
What are you going to do with this thing when you're done with it? You going to play it or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want it to be functional.
All right. I think you got to cut a hole. And the hole's got to be big enough for your hand to get in there.
Yeah,
In the back.
I would probably cut like a square, like 3x3 or 4x4 hole, probably.
In here.
That's even better.
Cut the access hole in the back.
And then try that.
Cut the pickup hole here. Reinforce the sides with
Okay.
thin pieces of wood.
I guess I could use a jigsaw, right?
Probably. I think that'll be perfect. It'll be right underneath it.
Nice. Sick.
Cool.
So the next part is cutting for the pickup, right?
Yeah, I don't know how you're going to do that. I'll hold it while you mark it.
There you go. Jigsaw time.
There you go.
You're going to glue those on.
Yep.
You have a little bit of a void to fill too, so I would just leave the excess on
Okay.
there.
I agree. I think
And then
it's-
you can scrape out whatever's left. Damn, that's gonna look so sick.
All right, let's get the other one going.
I want it with the pike. That's a fierce looking fish.
Those and muskies look absolutely terrifying.
They are.
Up a little bit. That looks perfect. Do you know? Do you know what it reminds me of?
What?
It reminds me of Sully from Monster Inc.
It
His
does.
two little horns.
Who?
When we were sawing out this, the piece of plywood here kind of split. So we're going to reinforce the sides of where the pickup was going to be screwed into, just on the inside with these pieces that are from the back.
I don't know how we're going to do the rest of this, but you're telling me.
Thanks for initiating the build with me. After we made all those additions, it was time to paint it. I'm going to tape over this and the bridge,
Okay.
and that's it. Everything else is going to be gold. Hanged for treason.
You know how to spray paint?
More or less.
It's gold now.
I'm about to spray.
It's a lot of work. Use the whole can.
I did a can. That's what I was done like a minute ago, and I was like, I'll just finish the can. Once the paint dried, we started to figure out how exactly we were going to turn this into an electric guitar.
Oh yeah.
That looks so good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Look how clean that looks.
Now it looks sexy. That looks good.
So we're performing a risky maneuver, and we're not putting a pickup casing on it. We're just going to screw the pickup right into the guitar. Got the pickup through the body. Now we're just gonna try to screw it right in. Yeah, look at that. It's already popped in.
It's in here?
Yep.
All right, hold on.
Look at that.
Let's tighten the screws.
It's touching it right now. It's just not lined up with the hole.
Oh, it's not lined up?
Yeah.
Very close, right there, screw. I think you got it.
It's good.
Nice. As long as it's not too high for the strings, which I don't think it is. I think it's good.
Do the strings touch that?
No. The strings have to go right over it.
Oh, right over it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that'll tell you something.
So this is the original pick guard for my Telecaster.
What do you want to do with that?
Just cut it into a smaller pick guard for this. We cut the pick guard to look like this, but it looks a little too boring for how crazy this guitar is.
Yeah,
I really like that more.
I do too.
It's kind of inverted, and everything about this
I like
guitar is
that a
kind
lot.
of backwards and upside down, so I think we're gonna do it like that. We're just sticking this on with some double-sided tape. I also made a custom label for the inside of this, so I am going to throw that in there right now,
Oh, you're going to be able to see it through the hole?
just to cover that, what's already in there. Check that out.
Oh, yeah. It's good. Now, how you going to, you got to string it, right?
Yep. So the camera died, but I applied the fingerboard conditioner. And it's funny you asked about fretboard markers. So they go on like that,
Yeah.
but I'm putting mine upside down. Just 'cause
Okay.
I like the way that looks. So I got these D'Addario extra super light strings because apparently these actually put less tension on the neck than nylon strings. So I don't have to worry about the fact that this guitar doesn't have a truss rod, because it'll be fine. We have a guitar. It's not tuned, but it's a guitar.
That looks good, man. That looks like a real guitar. It works.
I'm gonna put it on distorted.
Wow. That's amazing.
And just when I was really convinced that this was gonna be a one-day build, things took a turn for the worst. It's gonna be that raised.
Is it working?
Yeah.
Well, the reason I think, oh. Oh.
Yes, I destroyed the volume pot by pressing the knob too hard down on it, and it just went poof. So I was not a happy camper, but a couple weeks later, James Sturner of Sturner Guitars helped repair it for me.
Alright, we're good.
Thanks, man.
No problem.
Check out Sturner Guitars.
Hell yeah.
Philly made by the man. I'm just now adding the strap to this guitar. It's a strap from Third Man Records, and the original idea was going to be to put some sort of L bracket on the back of the horn there, but I think that might put too much pressure on it. So I'm just gonna loop it around the neck like an acoustic guitar with the string from the tag of this shirt. And now that the guitar is in its final form, I present to you the Abomination. This was honestly one of the most fun projects I've ever worked on and one of the most fun videos I've ever made. I'll show you some close-up footage of the guitar so you can get a real look at it. There's a good amount of buzz, so I think the pickup might need to be grounded, but I also just kind of love that chaotic sound, especially for such a tiny guitar. The noise that comes out of this thing is crazy. I know it's a humbucker and it's going through an amp with settings, but just the comedic aspect of hearing like hard rock fuzz come out of this tiny toy guitar, just it's amazing to me. And that's going to do it for this video. I really hope you had as much fun watching it as I did making it. I really like these build videos. I think it's different and I think it's fun. You can check out my channel for other fashion and music content, and I've got more music coming out before the end of the year, so keep an eye out for that. And yeah, I'm Rob. I've been ready to start. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.